this challenge, I'll introduce timers. A timer is like a stopwatch. I can look at the timer value. I'll check timer. Notice the timer doesn't have the name of a sprite in front of it. It's shared among all of the sprites. There are variables that are unique to each sprite, like a sprite's location on the stage. You can check XY. See the cat's XY position. It shows the name of the sprite in front of the variable. Again, timer is shared among all of the sprites. The timer is like a stopwatch showing time in tenths of a second. The timer can be reset. Go to Sensing. I'll click on Reset Timer. Now the timer's been reset back to 2, 3 seconds and counting. I'll remove the timer from the stage. It might be a little distracting. I'll get the sprite's position off the stage. How can timers be helpful? Imagine I have a game with a car driving back and forth across the stage. I want a time limit for the game. I'll use a timer for that. I'll choose a backdrop, New Backdrops, scroll down, Night City with Street. I'm not going to use the cat. I'll delete the cat. Get a new sprite. I'm going to want a car. I'll use the convertible here. Bring it onto the road. Might look a little better. I always want the car to start in this position. I'll get Go To and Events when the green flag is clicked. I want the car to go back and forth across the stage. Something real simple. Go to Control. I'll use a forever loop. I want it to move, motion. Move 10. I'll make it a little bit slower. I'll move 5 steps. I'll try it. Stop and run. Well, it didn't bounce back, did it? I'll stop it. I'll add if on edge bounce. I'll try it now. Stop and restart. Well, that's not too good. I'll stop the program. I want to initialize the rotation style. Set rotation style. Left, right is what I want. I'll try again. Stop. Start. See if it bounces correctly now. Good. It's bouncing back and forth. I'll stop it. Imagine this is part of a game, and a game has a time limit to end the game. For this simple example, I'll use a short time limit of 5 seconds. First, I'll add a couple simple arrow commands so I can pretend it's a game. I'll go to Events. When space is clicked, I'll use the arrow keys. If the right arrow is clicked, I'll go to Motion. Point in direction. 90 should be right. 90 should be right. It's to the right. That's right. I'll duplicate this. If I use the left arrow, I want to go to the left, negative 90 degrees. Give this a try. Stop. Run. Left arrow. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Working nicely. And it bounces back when it needs to. I'll stop it. Now I want my program to run for a time limit instead of forever. How can I use the timer to do this? I can save the timer value just before the start of the loop. Then, no matter what time it is, I want to stop when the timer value is 5 seconds larger than when I started at the top of the loop. Notice that I don't need to reset the timer. I'll want a variable, data, make a variable. I'll call it end time. For all sprites, okay. I want it to be 5 seconds larger than the timer value. I'll set end time right before I enter the loop. Operators, plus 5. I need the timer value, timer. Now end time will have the value of timer plus 5. I can't have my loop run forever now. I'll get rid of that. Go to Control, repeat until, put these back in. I want to repeat until the timer value is greater than end time. when timer is greater than end time, timer has gone past 5 seconds and I'll finish my program. Operators, greater than. Repeat until timer is greater than end time. I'll duplicate timer, data, end time. Repeat until timer is greater than end time. Now when the green flag is clicked, the car is positioned on the left side of the stage on the street, has the correct rotation style. End time will be set to whatever the timer value is plus 5 seconds. The loop will repeat until the timer value is incremented to be greater than end time. While it's running in the loop, the car will move 5 steps, bounce when necessary, keep doing this till it's finished. I'll have it display a message when the game is over. Looks, say, game over. And I'll move end time over here in the middle. I'll run the program now. Make sure it's stopped. Start. It's going. I can use the arrows, left and right, and the timer stops the game. I'll go to sensing. It's very important to know that resetting the timer sets it back to 0, the value it starts with when the green flag is clicked. If my car sprite resets the timer, the new values must work properly for all sprites that might be using it. I'll show this in another challenge. I'm finished with this challenge. I encourage you to play with this program and get experience working with the scratch timer. Try changing the program. Try making the program run 3 seconds longer while it's running if the 3 key is pressed. Try having the program end immediately if the Q key is pressed, Q for quit. Try changing the program so that instead of showing the end time variable on the stage, it shows the remaining time when the program will end. It'll be good enough to create a new variable, set it to the amount of remaining time, and show it on the stage. Be sure to show the remaining time of 0 when the loop is finished so the program doesn't have a small non-zero remaining time at the end. For a big challenge, make a new program that displays multiple choice questions and waits up to 5 seconds for an answer. The answer would be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Do not use ask and answer because ask blocks until an answer is given. Instead, use events when keys pressed for 1, 2, 3, and 4 keys, like this program. Also, end a loop immediately when an answer is given. They shouldn't have to wait for a timer to see whether the answer they entered is right or wrong. And when the loop finishes, let the person know whether they got the correct answer. I hope you get comfortable with timers and have fun with this program.